Howdy, and welcome to the Mighty Muddy Chuck channel. I'm Chuck. So the U.S. is sending controversial cluster munitions to Ukraine as part of a $800 million aid package. At first, our government pretended like maybe they weren't going to do it. 100 countries, at least 100 countries have banned these weapons. U.S. is going to send them to the Ukraine. It's to protect the Ukrainian people. We're going to drop bombs on the Ukraine to protect the Ukrainian people from those Russian tanks. Those Russian tanks. Those Russian tanks. We got to do it. We got to do it. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing now, huh, child? See, back in the old days, we didn't come to America to defeat the American Indian, the Native Americans. We come to America to protect the Native Americans. Yes, that's the reason we came here. We came here to protect the Native Americans from those bad Europeans. Okay, yeah, we're European too, but we were to protect them from the bad Europeans. We're the good Europeans. We're not the bad Europeans. We're the good Europeans. And we come to protect the Native Americans. That's what we've done. That's the reason we're here. We want to protect the Native Americans. And this is how we're going to do it. Now, you see these bad Europeans, they just keep invading. They just keep invading. They just keep invading. When they got these tanks are moved. These bad Europeans are moving these tanks toward the Native Americans. We got to protect the Native Americans. So this is what we're going to do. We got this tremendous Air Force. I don't know how we got it back in the ancient times. We got this tremendous Air Force. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop cluster bombs to stop these bad Europeans from invading the Native Americans. Yeah, I know there's a problem. There's a problem. The problem is that these cluster bombs are going to mass murder the Native Americans. But no, ignore that. Ignore that. We're doing this to save the Native Americans. We're doing this to save the Native Americans. Not because we're trying to steal their land, not because we're trying to steal their natural resources, not because we're trying to mass murder them. No, we're trying to save them. Yes, we're trying to save them. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do.
Recognize that cluster munitions create a risk of civilian harm from unexploded ordnance. This is why we've deferred the decision for as long as we could. But there is also a massive risk of civilian harm if Russian troops and tanks roll over Ukrainian positions and take more Ukrainian territory and subjugate more Ukrainian civilians because Ukraine does not have enough artillery. That is intolerable to us. Ukraine would not be using these munitions in some foreign land. This is their country they're defending. These are their citizens they're protecting. And they are motivated to use any weapon system they have in a way that minimizes risks to those citizens.
The U.S.